I go, he's so funny. I love him. I watched him on Love Island. I was like, be friends with him. He's your guy. She loves a straight white man. I was like, he is your straight white man. And then as I was watching, I was like, that's not what I meant.
JoJo Siwa's ex just hopped on a podcast and straight up blasted her reputation, pushing JoJo's messy downfall even deeper than before. And let's be real, nobody's shocked because when someone goes on live TV for 2 whole weeks acting like their relationship doesn't exist, everyone knows that sooner or later the person they hurt is gonna speak up loud and clear. Kath Ebbs didn't just speak up, she dropped the whole behind-the-scenes madness of what it's really like dating JoJo, and every detail had people leaning in closer like they couldn't believe what they were hearing. So, Kath pulled up to the Mitch Churi chat show, and of course the conversation went right to the biggest issue sitting between them like a flashing sign. That whole embarrassing moment when JoJo joined Celebrity Big Brother UK, started getting cozy with that British guy Chris Hughes, and acted like she didn't have a committed partner waiting at home. Yeah, that moment, the way Kath described it, had everyone wide-eyed because it wasn't just some harmless TV moment. She made it sound like she was watching her whole relationship crumble on national television while the world commented nonstop. Kath explained how she felt watching JoJo cuddle up with Chris like they were in their own little world, and she said it hit her hard because she was supposed to be the person JoJo respected and stood by. Instead, she was sitting at home seeing clips go viral, people tagging her nonstop, and strangers sending her screenshots saying things like, "Josh say he is in trouble," with JoJo trending everywhere for all the wrong reasons. Kath didn't hold back for a second. She laid out how embarrassing, confusing, and straight up chaotic it was to watch everything play out like she didn't matter. And the wild part? Kath said the behind-the-scenes drama was even worse than what viewers saw on TV. When she broke it down on the podcast, you could feel how heavy it all was. And the way she told it had everybody realizing this story was way deeper than some quick TV romance. The tea Kath spilled wasn't just hot, it was steaming from every angle. Before everything blew up, JoJo and Kath had been out in public together for around 5 months. And from the outside, it looked like everything was smooth between them. JoJo was posting nonstop about how happy they were, talking about their future plans, mentioning kids, and putting out that classic influencer-style perfect couple vibe that always looks polished on the timeline. It was giving full romance mode, the kind people hype up without knowing what's really hiding in the background. But the second JoJo stepped into the Big Brother house, the whole vibe flipped hard. That's where things went from normal relationship energy to full-on chaos, because Big Brother has live feeds running 24/7, meaning people could literally watch every moment as it happened, and viewers didn't miss a thing. Every scene of JoJo and Chris getting close was clipped, reposted, and spreading across social media like wildfire. We're talking full cuddling sessions, back massages, hot tub moments, forehead kisses. Basically the starter pack for a rom-com. Except this wasn't cute or innocent because JoJo wasn't single out there. She had a real partner at home watching all of this unfold in real time just like the rest of the world. Imagine sitting there, opening your phone and seeing your partner acting lovey-dovey with someone else on national TV. Kath was getting hit with everything at once, and none of it was soft. And the internet did not stay quiet. People were calling JoJo out from every corner for being disrespectful, ignoring the relationship she claimed to care about, and acting like Kath wasn't even part of her life anymore. Comment sections were blowing up with viewers saying JoJo crossed the line, and some people even joked that Josh say he is in trouble, because the whole situation looked so wild on screen. Folks weren't buying excuses, weren't shrugging it off, and definitely weren't treating it like harmless flirting. They were calling it what it looked like. JoJo running a full emotional relationship on TV, while her actual partner was left dealing with the mess at home, and it had everyone talking loud. At first, Kath really tried to keep herself together, staying loyal and standing up for JoJo, even when the internet was dragging her nonstop. She kept defending her, trying to play the supportive partner, acting like everything was still solid, even though people were sending her clips that told a whole different story. But after a while, even she couldn't pretend anymore, because what the world was seeing was the same thing she was seeing. The truth was loud, bold, and basically glowing like a neon sign screaming, "Your girlfriend is moving on without you." And then, the situation hit a whole new level of painful. Kath actually booked a flight, went all the way to the UK, and pulled up for the Big Brother finale just to support JoJo, thinking they were still a team. She was out there showing love in person, ready to cheer JoJo on after everything that happened on TV. And what did JoJo do? She broke up with her right there. After all the loyalty, after all the defending, after everything Kath had been holding together like her heart wasn't cracking in real time. So yeah, Kath has every right to spill the tea. And she didn't hold back even for a second. On the podcast, she dropped something absolutely wild that had everyone sitting up straight. She said that before all the drama even started, after she checked the Big Brother cast lineup, she actually told JoJo to befriend Chris Hughes. She thought it would just be a normal, harmless friendship, something chill to help JoJo get through the show. She had no idea that the same person she encouraged JoJo to connect with would become the center of all that drama later on. Hearing her explain it, you could feel how shocking and messy it all was because she never imagined that simple advice would flip into a whole situation that left her heartbroken and watching the internet explode. They had literally watched Chris on Love Island, cracked up at his jokes, and Kath even said, "Hey, you should be friends with this guy. He's perfect for you, and you're token straight white man." That line hit different because Kath meant it as a joke, something light and playful, not a prophecy for heartbreak. Picture that for a second. You hype up some random reality TV guy to your partner, tell them he seems cool, tell them to vibe with him on the show, and then your partner ends up getting close to that exact same dude. That's not just awkward, that's a whole emotional plot twist straight out of an old school tragedy. The kind that leaves everyone stunned, and the wildest part, this wasn't even a one-time thing. Before any of the drama exploded, Kath was literally showing JoJo TikTok clips of Chris, laughing together, pointing out how hilarious he was, saying stuff like, "You're gonna love him, he's a whole vibe." They were hyping him up like he was just some funny internet character, someone harmless to admire from a distance, not someone who would eventually become the center of a real-life love storm. Kath explained it in a way that made you feel how unreal it all was. She went from joking about JoJo being friends with Chris to watching their chemistry unfold on a live stream with the whole internet watching. It wasn't just messy, it was the kind of twist nobody could have predicted. And hearing her break it down made the whole situation sound even more unbelievable. Kath admits that during the Big Brother show, they were kind of in denial, which honestly is super relatable. When you're in a relationship and you see your partner getting close to someone else, your brain automatically starts cooking up excuses. You tell yourself, maybe they're just friends, or it's just for the cameras, trying to protect your heart from the ugly truth. But here's the brutal reality. It wasn't any of that. It was exactly what it looked like on screen. JoJo was catching serious feelings for Chris while still technically in a relationship with Kath. And it gets even more intense because Kath wasn't just watching alone. Her whole family was glued to the screens, witnessing everything unfold in real time. You can imagine how painful that must have been, seeing your partner drift towards someone else while trying to convince yourself it's all harmless, all while everyone around you is also seeing it play out. It was like being trapped in a live reality TV heartbreak episode, and the emotional weight of it was crushing. Kath's honesty about her denial shows just how tricky it is to process moments like this. Your mind wants to hold on to hope, but the evidence is staring you right in the face, and there's no escaping it. Because it was a UK show, all of Kath's relatives back in Ireland and the UK were glued to the screens, watching everything go down in real time. So Kath had to deal with nonstop calls from her dad, her auntie, her sisters, and even her best friends, all blowing up her phone saying stuff like, you seeing this? She's definitely cheating on you. Meanwhile, Kath was still trying to defend JoJo, holding onto hope, giving context, and desperately trying to explain it away. She even said to her dad, "But I told her to be best friends with him. So maybe that's why," and you can just picture her dad shaking his head like, "Oh, honey, no." The whole situation was beyond awkward, like a full-blown public humiliation. But interestingly, not for JoJo. JoJo kept going without a shred of shame, completely unbothered. The real heartbreak and embarrassment landed squarely on Kath, who had to watch their relationship crumble on live television while her entire family witnessed every awkward, messy moment. It's one thing to deal with heartbreak privately, but another to have your whole support system watching the collapse like it's a live drama special. And just when you think it couldn't get worse, it did. After breaking up with Kath, JoJo went on Good Morning Britain and completely twisted the story, lying about how everything went down. She claimed the host kept asking her, "Are you happy?" And when she said no, Kath supposedly made a scene at the after party. But Kath set the record straight on the podcast saying, "Sane, What scene? Like what? Like actually what? According to Kath, the night before, they stayed in the apartment together, agreed not to talk about it publicly, and planned to figure it out privately. So yeah, JoJo's version was straight up false, making the whole narrative even messier. Kath's side of the story paints a completely different picture, one of betrayal, heartbreak, and public humiliation. While JoJo got to walk away looking like she was in the right, the layers of drama here are insane, and Kath didn't hold back exposing every single detail, leaving no doubt about who really endured the worst part of this chaos. And then, the very next morning, JoJo went on national television and spun a story making Kath look like the one causing drama. She painted Kath as the overly emotional, unstable ex who couldn't handle a breakup, when in reality, JoJo was the one who cheated on live TV and then tried to rewrite history to save her image. Classic manipulation 101, cheat on someone, dump them, and then convince the world that they were the problem. It's cold, it's calculated, and sadly, it worked on some people watching. What's even crazier is that JoJo kept insisting on Good Morning Britain that she and Chris were just friends. She repeated it over and over like a broken record, except of course, everyone watching knew it wasn't true because a few months later, they went public with their relationship. So basically, JoJo was lying to everyone. Kath, the public, the host, and herself acting like the truth wasn't glaringly obvious. She knew exactly what was happening with Chris, but kept spinning this fake narrative because the reality didn't fit the image she wanted to project. Kath broke it down on the podcast and added another jaw-dropping layer. When Chris first got out of the Big Brother house, he seemed like he wanted nothing to do with JoJo. He was distant, standoffish, basically trying to avoid the situation completely. Fans noticed it too, commenting on interviews together, saying things like, he doesn't want to be there, or he doesn't even like her. The body language, the vibe. It was painfully obvious that Chris was creating space and wasn't fully on board at first. Yet somehow, despite all that, they're dating now, and they even celebrated their 6-month anniversary. JoJo's been posting about him constantly, singing songs dedicated to him while on tour, and generally playing the full influencer relationship playbook. Everything is being documented, shared, and marketed, just like a scripted social media romance. It's the perfect example of turning personal drama into public content. So here's the big question. What changed? Did Chris actually develop real feelings for JoJo? Or did he realize that dating her comes with major perks? Clout, followers, brand opportunities, and doors opening everywhere? Now, I'm not saying he's outright using her, but let's be honest. There are definitely benefits to this relationship if he can handle the chaos that comes with it. With JoJo's constant touring, media presence, and influencer-level drama, being with her is not a chill ride. It's a high-stakes game where love, fame, and social media all collide. And Chris has to play it smart if he wants to survive in her world. This whole situation perfectly shows how messy, unpredictable, and theatrical celebrity relationships can get. JoJo's story went from cheating scandal to manipulated narrative to publicized romance, all while Kath had to watch it unfold live and set the record straight. The podcast reveals the raw truth behind the scenes, and honestly, it's way more dramatic than anything viewers saw on TV. But let's zoom out for a second, because this isn't just about JoJo cheating. This is a pattern, a full-on behavioral trend that's been building for years. JoJo has spent the last 2 years constantly reinventing herself, switching up her whole persona like she's flipping channels. First, she was the kid-friendly content queen, beloved by millions for her bows and upbeat personality. Then suddenly, she declared herself a gay pop icon, which completely shocked some fans. After that, she tried going edgy with Karma, which, let's be honest, flopped hard. Then came the whole trad wife era phase with Chris, and now she's back to bows, Christmas songs, and that familiar wholesome aesthetic. It's like she can't figure out who she actually is. Or maybe she does, and she's just reshaping herself to grab attention and stay relevant in a world that's always scrolling for the next thing. Either way, it's exhausting to watch. And here's the kicker. Through every single one of these reinventions, JoJo leaves a trail of people hurt and confused. Kath is just the latest casualty in her whirlwind, but she's not the only one. There are former friends, collaborators, and people who trusted her, all of whom got burned along the way. Because the truth is, JoJo shows all the signs of being a narcissist. I don't throw that word around lightly. The evidence is there. She has a constant need for attention, rarely takes accountability for her actions, rewrites history to make herself look like the victim, and has this pattern of using people for her own gain before discarding them once they're done serving a purpose. It's fascinating and frustrating to watch all at once because JoJo's world is this intense mix of charisma, controversy, and chaos. Every new phase brings fans along for the ride, while those in her personal life often end up caught in the fallout. What looks like fun or cute content on the surface hides a much darker story of manipulation and heartbreak. And as Kath revealed on the podcast, she's just one example of how JoJo's actions have real consequences for real people who actually care about her. Because let's be real, JoJo knew exactly what she was doing the whole time. She wasn't just acting on impulse, she was setting up her next relationship while still in her current one. That's cold, calculated, and straight up manipulative. And then, to make matters worse, she goes on national TV and spins a lie about Kath causing a scene. That's not just bending the truth. That's cruel. She literally could have said anything else, taken the high road, or just kept quiet. But instead, she threw Kath under the bus to protect her own image. That's a classic narcissist move. Protect yourself at all costs, even if it means ruining someone else's reputation. At the end of the day, though, Kath exposed JoJo for exactly who she is. And honestly, JoJo kind of exposed herself too, because the world already saw the chaos play out on Big Brother. Everyone witnessed her cuddling up with Chris while claiming to be in love with Kath. Everyone saw her deny any romantic feelings for Chris, only for her and Chris to go public months later. The receipts were all there, and the live feeds don't lie. Kath's testimony just confirmed what millions of viewers already suspected. JoJo is manipulative, calculated, and more focused on protecting her image than on real people in her life. It's wild, because she's literally built a career on being charming and entertaining. But behind the scenes, she's using people, spinning stories, and covering up her mistakes. And the saddest part, she'll probably get away with it again. She'll rebrand herself, drop a staged apology that doesn't truly own up to anything, and continue her influencer perfect narrative while the people she's hurt stay in the dust. JoJo Siwa's story isn't just drama, it's a lesson in watching charisma mask manipulation. And Kath's podcast just pulled back the curtain for everyone to see. And of course, her fans will probably forgive her because they always do, no matter what. But at least now, the truth is out there. Kath got to share her side of the story, and the internet will make sure JoJo never gets to erase what really went down. The receipts are out, the live feeds don't lie, and the podcast just added even more proof that this whole situation wasn't as innocent as JoJo tried to make it look. Now I want to hear from you. Do you believe Kath's side of the story? Or do you think JoJo is actually the victim here? And what about Chris Hughes? Should he be worried that he might be next on JoJo's Discord drama pile? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because I want to see what you guys think. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss the hottest celebrity scoops and drama updates. Make sure to hit that notification bell too, because we've got more jaw-dropping stories coming your way in the next video.